Let's be honest, you have that one person in your team, yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. You try to be logical and they just shut down. You try to be supportive and they lose all focus. I know the frustration you're feeling now, but I have to tell you it comes down to one simple mistake. It's not a communication problem, it's a translation problem. And in this video, I'm about to give you a decoder for that. Hey, my name is Mihnea, I'm an engineer, and I have to be honest, what I'm about to tell you now, it comes from my own frustration. Over the years, I had different managers, I had different colleagues, and something in our communication was feeling off. I know we were both trying, but something was getting lost in the translation. And this frustration led me to try to find some answers. I really wanted to figure out what was happening. And this luckily led me to a powerful framework called the process communication model. So let's talk about a tool that most manager gets. Let's imagine it as a hammer. And I think it comes down to the famous question, is it better to be feared or to be loved? And these two have different seasonings, let's say. If you try to be a feared manager, you theoretically supposed to get shut down because people will listen to you. But if you do this, you will kill most likely creativity. If you're a loved manager, most likely you will create a great culture in your team, but this might affect your accountability. People will not take you too seriously, probably. And I think having this kind of a choice, it's a trap of its own. You shouldn't make this kind of choice. In my opinion, it's an impossible choice. The fact that you have to choose between those two, it's the whole problem. The real shift will happen in the moment you stop asking yourself, what kind of leader am I? And you start asking yourself, what does this person in front of me needs right now in order to be successful? I saw this play out once. I was working with an incredibly creative engineer, really playful, really full of life, and our manager just gave us a really detailed plan, rigid and a step-by-step plan to be followed. And I could see the light in this guy's eyes completely vanished. And the manager was not wrong. He's not a bad leader. He was trying to be helpful, but in this case, he was basically using a hammer on a screw. So that's, I think, a bit of a wrong combination. You don't put a screw in the wood with the hammer, right? You use a screwdriver. So if the hammer is the wrong tool, what's the right way to do this? And luckily, this is where the process communication model comes into place. It gives us 4 different management styles that we can switch between them depending on the situation. Think of them like 4 independent tools. First, you have the democratic style. This is perfect for leveraging the expertise of your team when you need the best possible solution. Second one is called the benevolent style. This one is all about building trust and psychological safety. And this is great when you want to build the trust in your team, to have your team members feel heard and safe. Third style, it's autocratic. And this style is all about giving clear direction, indication, and you need fast results, and there's no time for doubt because there's an urgent matter. And the fourth style, it's a bit of a French touch. It's called Laissez-Faire style. And this is all about when you want to give your team creativity to find their own path to the solution. And now, the most important part. How do you know which tool to use, which management style to use? You don't just guess, you listen. And you listen to what language the other person is using. And because if you listen carefully to their language, it will be a direct clue of what they need from you right now. If you hear logic, data, or sentences starting with I think, they are asking for your democratic tool and they want their expertise to be valued. If you hear feelings, if you hear personal stories, if you hear sentences starting with I feel, they are asking for your benevolent tool. And they want themselves to be safe and valued as a person. If you hear action, results, or even some person withdrawing themselves from the conversation, or phrases like let's do this, they are asking for your autocratic tool. And they need decisive directions from you. And if you hear ideas, energy, a lot of excitement, if you hear stuff like I don't like, It's time for you to use the Laissez-Faire tool. And in this case, the person needs freedom and not a plan. Tell them what you want and they will get it. Okay, it's time to bring it all back. And I think the question, it shouldn't be, do you want to be a feared leader or a loved leader? I think that's the wrong question. You don't have only one tool now. You don't have a hammer in your toolkit now. You have 4 different tools, and also you know exactly how to use all of them. You just listen. I want you to put this in practice right away. So for the next time you actually have homework in your next meeting or one-to-one, don't try to use any of them. Just listen. Don't try to use a new management style. Listen and see what kind of language your colleague or your team members is talking to you. Just identify which one are you hearing. This is the first step of becoming the leader your team actually needs you to be, like Batman. Let me know down in the comments which one you hear the most. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.